Hi, good morning and hola from sunny Spain. Well, I would say it's sunny, but in fact it's not. It's pretty bad and lousy, which is why I'm in the bedroom doing our second video in this little series of exercises, particularly for those who can't move. Maybe they're older, maybe you're post-operative, or in fact maybe just that you're waiting for the operation. I've got friends who have had their operations cancelled and delayed due to our isolation. So a little bit about myself. I lived in Jersey up until about 8 months ago, and I ran a gym. I'm a master personal trainer, having specialised in exercise referral, women's and children's fitness, but primarily focusing on mat Pilates, and using that with sports conditioning techniques. So I've worked with local physios, both in Jersey and Spain, to help post-operative surgeries to get back into full strength. So today's routine is very simple. I'm hoping it will help many people who can't move, especially at the moment, but will keep some of our limbs in a state of mobility. So a little bit about Pilates. Pilates is all about strengthening the core. That's including, there's 5 muscles that make up the core, and this includes all the abdominals and of course the most important, our pelvic floor. Both in male and female. Pilates is for all ages and all gender. You really don't have to be fit to do Pilates. This is about increasing our core strength to increase our spinal stability. This of course helps us to engage our hips and thighs better and to be able to move and gain more flexibility, which is of course what we all want at the end of the day. I haven't played any music through the back of this, and please feel free to put any music on you like. Please get yourself a chair. I am sitting on a stool, which I'm now going to move, so I'm slightly further away so you can see my feet. And also, you can use, if you're using a chair with arms, that's absolutely fine, or in fact with a back. I'm going to keep moving around so that you get both sides of the angle. So when I'm sitting straight on, I'm going to be ensuring that you're zipping in and your belly button is in to protect this lower back, because this is what we're really trying to work. And you really need to try to imagine that you're actually stuck between 2 pieces of concrete. So you can't actually move. So you suck your tummy in, you zip from the back to the front, zipping inwards and upwards. And before we start, I'm just going to do a little bit of pelvic clock movement. So I just want you to think about scooping and taking the back further and arch it. So your belly button comes in, you scoop, you're doing a little bit, and all we're doing is working this area, the pelvic area. So it's an in and an out, in and an out. So you're just getting the flexibility through the spine, through the belly buttons. We're just literally warming up the core. I'm not using any other muscles but my core. So be careful, don't use the legs or the chest, keep that all relaxed. Okay, one more, and stop. Now, where our pelvis becomes pelvic neutral is where we don't no longer further worry about arching the spine and the belly isn't out here. We're just going to bring it back and sit back into the hips. So really just pulling it back. And now whilst we're in a seated position, I want you to think about a right angle in your knees and whether your feet are facing forward. So everything is completely perpendicular. So your feet are out, ankles, knees, hips, zipping in, belly button to spine, bringing it up through the chest. Now place the shoulders back and down the spine. This is the scapula. So I want you to think about pulling your shoulders back. So we've now got our chest proud and now extending through the neck. So as we extend through the neck, we feel like we're being pulled from the top of the head and lengthening through the spine. So you're seeing, hopefully, a nice long body, and that should already be feeling a nice straight. The weight should be in kind of the heels of the feet, so you're pushing yourself back through and keeping it nice and strong. And then, just to explain a little bit about our breathing, I shall come forward and face you on this one. So, in Pilates, we do a thing called lateral breathing, but for those of us that practice yoga as well, it really is about breathing from the bottom, not from here. So many of us are particularly under stress and anxiety, breathe from the top, so we end up going, and you have this tight, raspy breathing. What I want you to do is to place your hands onto your belly or the rib cage, and just with a big deep breath in through the nose, feel the rib cage expand and big deep breath in. So in and out. In and out. 2 more. In and out. In and out. Now, when we start to prep for each exercise, I want you to start thinking about breathing in, doing the extension, doing the exercise, and breathing out at the same time. But don't worry about the breathing, that will come. There is much that we need to do. So I thought we'd start by doing a bit on the feet, and I just noticed that my feet aren't still being shown, so I'm just going to move back a bit more. And I'm just going to show you. So in the fact that most of us spend all our time on our feet, but sometimes we don't do enough with them. So we're just going to do some ankle rotations. So again, I want you to think about pulling up through the spine, belly button to spine, shoulders back. If you want to use the arms of a chair, that's absolutely fine. If you have a Swiss ball, this is great to do on a Swiss ball. Added exercise, added core stability. And you're just going to rotate one ankle, one way, and then 5 times the other way. Keeping the shoulders pulled in, nothing else moving but the ankle. Placing the leg down. You may feel a slight burn in the quad. I did. So this time we're going to lift up the other leg. Try not to move through the hips. You're keeping your back straight. All you've done is lift the leg. Inhale and just exhale and breathe as you extend and rotate the ankle. And you can hold on, as I say. Now go the other way. So we've got both ways going in 5 different turns. Okay, excellent. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull up through the legs. So again, I want to make sure, are your heels under your knees? Knees 90 degrees to your hips. Zip, belly button to spine. Pulling up through, shoulders back and down. So important. So you've just slightly lifted your leg there. So what we're going to do now is to make that a little bit more of an extension. So I want you to bring the leg up, hold, and then just extend the leg out. Nice and straight. So we're now strengthening the quad and lengthening the hamstring. Bring it down, touch down. So, inhale, don't lean back, belly button to spine, lift and breathe out. Shh. In and down. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Shh. Inhale and down. 1 more. Inhale. Extend. Shh. Bring it back in and down. Lovely. Now we're going to do that on the other side, and I'm going to sit and watch it the other side so you can see how my line, hopefully, doesn't drop. So I'm going to keep my neck facing forward. So now we're lifting the other leg. So I'm going to lift, inhale, exhale, lengthen, nice and straight. It can be down here, it doesn't matter. You just want to feel the extension. Bring it in. Drop it down. Try not to hitch. Inhale. Exhale. Nice long leg, long back. Bring it back in and down. 2 more. Inhale. Breathe out. Shh. Inhale and down. 1 more. Inhale. Extend. Slightly point the toe. Get a nice length on that leg. Inhale and down. Excellent. So now you will have started to feel that the legs are now been working. So now I'm going to get you to stand up. Now before we all start to grab for hands, arms, I just want you to think about the word squat. It's an exercise that I think most people think of the gym, but actually what it is doing is strengthening the glute max, our bum. This is the muscle, our bumper of life, which does stop us from injuring our back if we just strengthened up the glutes. So I just want you to push your legs out at 90 degrees. If you want, slightly place your hands on the arms of the chair if you feel you need, particularly if you're post-restorative operative, and just lift. And I just want you to come up and stand. Okay, so now we're all standing, and I'm just going to turn a little sideways here. So all we want to do now is to come down. The knees aren't moving, it's just the bottom. is going back. So all I want you to do is to lock out that tummy, squeeze back, and you just go as low as you feel the need. And it's just coming up and pushing back. Zip. Remember that 2 sheets of metal, 2 sheets of glass. You're coming back, the bum comes back, the knees are staying there, they're not coming forward. I'm just dropping down, nice straight back, shoulders back, bringing it back and tuck in. So inhale, zip, bottom comes out. Dropping the bottom back, don't arch the back because your belly button's tucked in. You're holding it out at a diagonal. You can hold the hands here, hold the hands down, it doesn't matter. Drop as low as you want, but don't put any pressure in the back. The weight is in the heels, and squeeze and lift. Okay, so we're going to do 5 of those in a fairly decent pace. I'm going to keep looking that way rather than putting any pressure through my neck. So now it's inhale, exhale, coming up. Squeeze the bottom as you come up. Inhale, drop down, hold, squeeze, exhale. Inhale, drop, hold, squeeze, exhale. Inhale, drop, exhale, squeeze. Be very careful about the shoulders, don't lift them. It's only the girdles that we're just warming up as well. And breathe. Nice 5 squats. Now, whilst we're coming through and I've got you standing, you're just going to do some shoulder shrugs for me. So you can hold them up and down, down. 3, 2, and just bringing the shoulders to the ear, releasing any tension. 1, and now the rotation. So again, you can just stay where you are and just rotate the shoulder girdle back. Just rotate it back. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and now roll them forward. So again, thinking of this standing pelvis, you want to zip, belly button to spine, squeeze the shoulder blades together. So even though we're rotating through the shoulders, we're pulling them apart, opening up. 2 more. Think about how you are standing on your feet. Are you standing completely parallel to where we should be? Okay, and that's your 5th one. So I'm going to save you now and you're going to sit down again if you wish. If you wish to stand, please feel free to stand at any of these exercises. All these exercises can be done by standing. Now I want to sort of encourage about this flexibility of the spine. So I want you to think about drawing in the belly button and zipping from the bottom onwards. Now we're going to go for the neck this time. So drop the neck down. So you've now got a nice neck stretch, neck extension. Round the shoulders, slide the hands in between the knees. So the hands, you're sort of like you're diving through. And now you're going to push and extend and breathe out. So the belly's pulled in, breathing out, pulling open each vertebrae of the spine, all the way down till you get to the bottom. Once you get to the bottom, I want you to breathe in again and breathe out as you literally roll up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae, pulling the shoulders back and down and away. The last thing that comes up is the neck. So inhale. As you exhale, chin to chest, round the shoulders, dive between your legs at still right angles, and now open up the spine and just go as low as you can, breathing out, sucking the belly in. You may only go a little bit, that's fine. We just want to encourage some mobility in the spine. Once we're down here, inhale, exhale, lifting and coming back up, breathing out, all the way up, rounding the shoulders, extending through the spine. If you wish to do this standing, that's absolutely fine. You can do this against a wall, and many of my Pilates students will know this is what I love to do. So you get your back pushed against a wall, chin to chest, round the shoulders, suck in the belly, and now open up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae, extending and pulling through, breathing out, making sure the belly is tucked in, the weight's on the feet, holding all the way down. Release at the bottom. Inhale as you exhale, zip, coming up vertebrae by vertebrae, pushing it back together. This is the way we can encourage mobility in the spine to avoid any issues whilst we're at work. Let's do 1 more. Chin to chest, round the shoulders, suck in the belly, and start to breathe out slowly. But as you peel, imagine the vertebrae opening up
So each facet joint is being pulled apart all the way down, and trying to find where the points are where you're going flat, and trying to get a little bit lower, so you're really stretching through. Inhale and breathing out. You've got to breathe out as you come up to get all the air out of the belly, pulling it all the way through to the vertebrae and push down. And that should be now where we're starting to be a little bit more flexible in the spine. Now again, you can do the next exercise seated, so if things are starting to ache or you've stood, or you feel you're leaning a little bit, especially if you've got any problems with your hips or knees, my suggestion is to sit back on a stool, back on a chair, get yourself in, belly button to spine, squeeze the pelvic floor. Always keep that locked out where you can lift the hips without the hips moving and hitching. So now we're going to do a little bit of rotation. This is the part of the body which for me is very tight, mainly because I'm sort of sat over a computer. So I want you to think about an exercise called the dumbwaiter, which is now about bringing the hands in front of you, and all you're going to do, inhale, zip, and breathe out, exhale. You're going to keep the elbows close to the ribs and take the arms out as far as you can, breathing out and coming back in again. It's that simple. Inhale, zip, belly button to spine, breathing out, shh, and squeezing the shoulder blades together. And now we'll give you a side view. So again, I've locked out, belly button to spine, inhale, exhale, shh, pushing the chest, but the belly doesn't come out because I'm still locking in. And one more, inhale, exhale, shh, squeeze the shoulder blades together, making sure you've got like a pencil stuck between your shoulder blades, and coming back in. We're taking this into another exercise for mobility called the seated saw. Now the seated saw is literally about bringing your arms out. So again, don't lift the shoulders, roll them back, and from here you're going to breathe in, and you're going to exhale, and all you're going to do is just turn to the top of the spine. I'm just watching my legs move there, which is not what I'm supposed to be doing. So lower the shoulders, lock, belly button to spine, inhale, exhale. And you might not be able to go that far. You'll feel the twist. Make sure your knees are still facing forward. Make sure the arms aren't, they stay neutral. If they don't go very far, don't panic. Inhale, keep those feet on the floor. Exhale, keep the knees facing forward. Don't lock out the pelvis. Holding up those arms, bringing it through. Inhale, keep the shoulders down, squeeze back, inhale, exhale. And again, just rotating as far as you can go. Not one of my best exercises. This of course means that my body needs it. So taking the arms down, only two that side, they're quite strong. And now I'm going to just open up the lats. So again, you're going to take the arm up without lifting the shoulder. So you want to think about pushing the shoulder down, but squeezing in the shoulder blade. So you're trying to get your arms close to your ear. The other arm is dropped down. Inhale, lengthen, touch the air con unit. Exhale, coming over. So we're stretching through the side without turning. I don't want to turn. You want to just hold out and just lean over, try to touch the wall. Inhale, now, toy soldier arms. You're bringing the arms forward, coming out. Again, don't hitch the shoulder. Squeeze the scapula back and down. Inhale, exhale. Now, extend through the lats the other way. So you're now stretching the side and the back, bringing it through. Inhale, nice toy soldier arms, parallel arms. This is very good for me to do this because I can see where my thoughts are. Now you've got a nice long diagonal. Inhale, exhale, lengthen through the ribs, holding it over, touching the walls, bringing it through, really, really tightening the core. Don't let that core go. You shouldn't feel any discomfort in the back. If you do, stop, lock out. Tilt that pelvis, belly button to spine. Just sit on those back bones. So you want to really feel you're opening up with this. No pressure in the back. Okay, one more each side. Nice toy soldier arms, keeping those arms long and parallel. Inhale, exhale, extend. And again, keep the feet. Make sure that the knees aren't moving and wobbling. This is brilliant. If you're on a Swiss ball, this is just superb core stability work. It does test you, but it is one of those. Unfortunately, my Swiss ball is in the gym, which of course I can't get, so a stool will do. And bringing over. And just now lengthening that arm through. And again, just relax the shoulders. And now the same exercise that we did with the feet, we're going to do with the wrists. So you can have both going one way. That's very weird, watching yourself do that. And the other way. So again, you can do it either way. You can feel which wrist is tighter. I know my left wrist is very tight. I have arthritis in my left thumb. And now just bringing it up, taking one hand, and you can slightly place and bend the fingers up. So nice straight arm. Just push the fingers up, opening up the wrist joint, particularly for those who are doing keyboards at home. Ah, that hurts. Or bringing it round, and now taking the other hand, and again, just pushing through, lengthening through the arm, so the arm is straight, pushing through and extending through the wrist. Okay, bringing it back into centre. So now we should be starting to feel stretched. We've working the core, extended the spine, feeling the shoulders, maybe we've got a little bit of stiffness going on there. I've done some leg extension, but I haven't done much hip work today, but we'll put that into another little video. Now what I want you to do is now to think about coming up from those toy soldier arms, lifting up through, taking the arms up as far as we can without hitching the shoulders up here, and then taking it into a diagonal, like a star. So again, holding up here, trying to touch the corners of the room, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and now bringing it down. So inhale, zip, belly button to spine, protect that lower back, squeeze the shoulder girdles together. Exhale, hold, extend, keep the neck in alignment with the spine, extend the arms down. We can do this standing as well. So again, lock out, feet are neutral, hip width apart. Inhale, taking it up. Exhale, stretch, trying to touch the corners of the rooms. Now push back through the shoulder blades. And one more. Inhale, up, hold, nice back stretch, lock out the pelvis. Exhale, taking the shoulders up, back, and pushing them through. Okay, little shoulder shrugs here. And again, if you wish to sit down, feel free, or you can stay standing. Just some neck curls and some neck stretches. So we're going to take the whichever hand you want over to the opposite ear. So this is my right hand over to my left ear. And I'm just going to pull my neck over, a little bit of a stretch, feeling any pressure down the neck. This is always good. It's a nice stretch to do in the office as well. Or if you're working on your laptop at home whilst we're in our self-isolation stages, taking it over. Inhale, extension, just opening out, lengthening through the side of the neck, holding that stretch, holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, bringing it in, taking the hands down, inhale, exhale, stretching through the neck, and just holding that stretch. Holding the stretch at the back of the neck, so you're really feeling any pressure at all. Keep that belly button to spine, lock it out, and bring it back. And now we can keep the elbows there and just squeeze them back together. Squeeze them back together so we've got a nice squeeze. Coming out, nice long arms, bringing it down. Thank you very much. That was the second video for our stretches today. I will start doing some mat Pilates as of tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this.